send the request again.
Yeah, it's in progress now. That's fine.
Okay, that's good. Sister Fumi, I think I managed to share my screen, but it's saying host disabled. So if you can allow me to do that as well. So while I'm doing some talking, you can just be doing that
Yeah,
in the
you
background.
should be able to now.
Okay, let me try. Okay, yeah, it's good now. Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you everybody for joining at a very short notice. It's just going to be 1 hour because I know it's 6 o'clock. It's not really a very good time to start a training. Some of you are just coming back from work. So thank you so much for joining. Just like what we mentioned last week, this is just to go into the system and start the implementation mainly based on your requirement, which is a Blue Sky Citadel, which Uzo actually shared last week. So I don't have a copy myself. So what I'm just going to be doing is I believe majority of them will be Blue Sky Citadel this and Blue Sky Citadel that. And most of the divisions and LE will be one division, one LE, one business units, all those kind of things. So, and also one location. So I believe it's going to be easy. And also your division is UK. So I don't think we have much, I mean, based on what you showed to me last week, I can remember some on top of my head. But if I'm missing anything, please let me know. But for just for 1 hour, I'm not saying we're going to cover everything on that requirement. The main thing is just to set up the high level configuration. Then we can go from there from next week, where we have at least 2 hours or a little bit more. So thank you for that. So I'm just going to share my screen very quickly. I've managed to log into the system before you guys joined, so everything seems okay. So please, just like we cautioned ourselves last week, try as much as possible to copy paste your password. Please don't try to type it because I believe that's what's caused the problem. Like, because the guy told me yesterday that somebody logged in more than 3 times, so that's why he kicked us out. So because if you notice, it's the same link, but you just have to reset the password. So please try to copy paste. This is what I did as well. Just copy paste because it's not, at times you might just forget to type in some letters and you just go ballistic. So yeah, you can see that I came in. But before I start, did anybody tried? That's just my first question. Did anybody try to do XYZ projects on your own? Did anybody try to log in? Okay, it looks like nobody tried. That's fine.
I wasn't. I think I think no one tried because the video wasn't available.
Okay.
So at first everyone was waiting for like the password
Okay.
to change, and then I think the video was only put up this afternoon.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that
Yeah.
might prevent.
But the main important thing is not necessarily to follow the video. The main important thing is to follow the guide which are sent, because apart from video, I mean, how many times are people going to be watching video? But if they follow the guide, that will be good. But I believe you send it to some of them anyway, which is
Yes.
fine. So that's okay. Okay. So can you see I log in? So when I log in, based on our guide, and if you have the guide, please just open it. It will make my life much more easier, because there's no way I'm going to be following the guide and at the same time doing this implementation. So yeah, like I said, I think it will be, now we want to create a project, and I believe it will be number, I don't even know, I think number 30, if I'm right, somewhere in number 30. So, but if you look at the content and you check how to create a
Number
project,
32.
it's 32. Okay, thank you so much. So if you, yeah, how to create a project. So that's what we're gonna do. Like I said, you log in using the same login which we all have, and you click on here. So the one you have will say HCM something, but because I log in as John Carter, so I'll just click on this one. So you can see, I'll click on here, and automatically it comes out with setup and maintenance. So setup and maintenance, and it takes me to this page. When it takes me to this page, the next thing will be, I'll click on this tax, which is this one. And you can see manage implementation projects. So that's what you will see. And if you notice, This is because this is a test environment. You can see that a lot of people have created different projects. So don't just ignore this. And if you notice, if you are in a place of work, in a greenfield environment, you won't see anything at all. Everything will be completely blank. So when you get to this page, just click on this create. Anytime it says plus, you are creating. Anytime it says this, it looks like a pencil or a pen, that means you're editing. If you want to delete the project, you can just delete. So that's just the difference. So all these ones, don't worry about it. You don't need them. So these are the only three you need. But normally when you create a project, you don't edit, and also you don't delete. If you need to go back to your project, you just click on the link. That's all you need. So the moment you create your project, you don't need all this anymore. So because it's just a one-off. And yeah, and if you need to make an edit, you just click on your link on your project and it takes you back there. So let's create a new one. So can you see it says create? I just click on create. And like I told you, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? It will always come with things like this. But in a normal place of work, everything will be blank. But because a lot of people have been using, just like I did plus, somebody else is doing plus at the same time. So this is a global system. So just like I mentioned, just override it. So I'm just going to come here and I'm going to say blue sky. Okay, Citadel. Okay, training project. I think I'll just, because it's an enterprise, I would rather just say Blue Sky Citadel. I don't want to use the word training. So if I click anywhere here, can you see it automatically gave me the code, and it also automatically gave me the description. I don't need to type all this. It just comes by default. So it says not started. Of course, we're going to start it. Assigned to. Now, this is the login for this JC. Is it John Carter or James Carter? So we don't need to change this. Now, normally, if you are in a green field, it will always be assigned to a project owner or project manager, whoever, I mean, whatever you used to log in, because it wouldn't come, it will have maybe 2 or 3 assigned to. You just need to make sure it's assigned to the, but normally you will need to ask a question about this, because who does it need to be assigned to? It shouldn't be assigned to you as a consultant. It should be assigned to the SMEs or the project manager, whoever is a permanent staff there, it needs to be assigned to them. So, but for our own purpose, just leave it the way it is. So it says, when do I want to start? And if you notice, actually, it's good. This one says 22. So this is a UK format, so which is fine. So at times you see American formats, so just change it. So this one, I will just say I want it to start from January. So January, 1st of January. Like I mentioned day before yesterday, finish date, just ignore it. So once you do that, click on next. Okay, this next is taking a long time.
Sir, is there a reason why the start date is backdated?
It's always good to backdate the start dates, because even if the project is starting today, you can just backdate it. One of the reasons is there might be some instances. I mean, it doesn't really make any difference, but for an enterprise, it's always good just to backdate it a little bit. But remember, a lot of things you're going to be setting up for your legal entity divisions, most of them will have a date convention of 1951. Remember, I told you the day before yesterday. Those are the ones that matter. They will those dates will override the enterprise. But for enterprise purpose, you can start today, you can start yesterday. But just for the sake of it, I just started like a month ago, so that's fine. But when I started going to divisions or all those kind of other setups we're going to do, always use 1951. And one of the reasons why you have to use 1951 is you may have an employee in that organization who are, number one, who are retirees, but their data is still in the system. or who are pensioners, the data is still in the system. They may have started like, let's say this company started like 50 years ago. So, there might be some retirees, they are still on the system. Let's say they started a long time ago, but they're still on the system like 20. I mean, the add might be 20 years ago. The add might be 30 years ago. You need to put those dates in the system. So that's the reason why everybody will always put 1951. I want to believe that nobody in that organization will be employed 1951, but you'll be surprised. I've seen one before anyway. So, but I mean, even this retiree, it was still alive. It was I think maybe late 80s, early 90s, and it's still getting pension, taking pension from the company, but they have to put him on the system. So that's why you always go far back as 1951. But for enterprise, just a month ago is fine, because most of these other setups, they will always override the enterprise. Okay, so once you click on next, it takes you to the offering. Remember I mentioned offering. So these are the, it says select offerings. And I told you, if you notice, unfortunately, I'm not looking at the notes, we need compensation management, we need workforce deployment, and also we need workforce development. So you can see deployment and development. Those are the only three you need. Now, you can see all these ones are here. I cannot guarantee that some of these are even active. So because we're doing HR, this is all you need for now. So all the other ones, you don't need them, so just ignore them. So even if you enable them, some of them might not work. You can see they even have financial. You can see procurement. I'm not sure if there's GL. There might be GL somewhere. Yeah, you can see financials. You even have financials, but I cannot guarantee it's going to work. So I cannot guarantee. So, but for the sake of, even if you are in your place of work in a greenfield environment, if you only buy HR from Oracle, and the only thing you will see all the compensation and workforce and the workforce deployment and development. You will see all this as well. But if you try to implement it, they're going to fine your company. So that's why it's always good to stick to what you buy from Oracle. If what you're buying is only HR and financial, that's fine. So you just tick this and go to financial, you tick everything. But if you're only doing HR, so you need compensation management and those workforce, only tick those ones. If you tick the other one, it's fine. But if you try to implement it, if Oracle come to your company and they see it, then they will find the company. They will say you're breaching your agreement. So, and they might probably not support you, and they might probably fine you anyway. So just like I mentioned, what you need here, we're doing compensation management. So just include the next thing under it says workforce. So sorry, workforce profile, and all these ones, some of the benefits, individual compensation, workforce compensation. Some of them you might not need them, to be honest, but just enable them anyway. Also this one as well, HR business intelligence. This is for reporting purpose. Just enable it. Now for that HR, if you want, yeah, you can see it gives me the breakdown as well. So I'm gonna tick it. So tick everything because we need BI. So yeah, I think I'm done with the BI. The next one, you can see I don't need customer data management. I don't need all this. I don't even need financial as well. Let's look at financial. I'm not going to do anything. You can see even the financial, I'm not even sure GL is there. Yeah, expenses, financial, fixed assets. I'm not sure there's not even GL. So that wouldn't surprise me. So GL is not there. Okay, and also AP and AR, they're not there. But you can see, I can see procurement. So, but we don't need all this, so don't worry. I'm just checking it myself anyway. So, and the next thing would just be workforce, which is below, is always the last one. So workforce deployments, I'll just tick this, and you can see we need this one. This is where all the workforce structure are. So just enable this, payroll, scheduling. And like I mentioned before, for example, if I did not enable this and I click on save and close and I'm doing my my implementation and they say, oh, we want payroll as well, you can easily come back and just enable this. So it allows you to do that. So all this workforce prediction, all these ones, to be honest, you don't need them. But yeah, but individual compensation is part of HR. We need it. Remember when we first started with time, we mentioned time and labor. Time and labor goes hand in hand with absences. Just enable it. Even if we don't implement it, just enable it. So workforce profile, you don't need all this, but at least just enable them anyway. So workforce management, yeah, click and click. Then there is also business intelligence for the workforce deployment. So again, just enable it. So once I do that, you can see everything got enabled automatically. So the next one is workforce deployment. We don't really need this, but let's just do it. This is where all the you can see talent management, succession management, all this, just do it for the sake of it. It's not going to be part of our training, but just enable it. So, but in a normal place of work, we all know what all this means anyway. Worker performance, questionnaires, goal settings. If you're in a permanent job, you'll be familiar with things like this. So, yeah, so you just enable them. And also there's, like I said, every single offering has its own business intelligence. So you can see there's another business intelligence here. So, and the moment I click on the first one, it automatically enables. So that's all you need. So those are the only 3 offerings that we need. And you just click on save and open projects. Well, there's so many offerings, it might take some time before it saves, but at least it will save. Okay, so you can see you are now good to go. This is your project. So even if I click on done, let me click on done. You can see it's the first one. So if somebody do their own after me, then whoever come last, their own will always be on top. You can see this is the last one. Somebody else did this. I don't know when they did. Actually, you can see they're all today. Can you see a lot of people are doing so many? So if you do yours, you will see your own as well. So you can see Blue Sky Saturday is here. Now, for you to start doing your implementation, you just need to, so let me try to do something. Let me click on done again. Yeah. So let's presume you log in maybe tomorrow. You don't want to do anything today. Tomorrow you want to log in. So you log in again, you click on setup and maintenance, and you click on this tax again, and you come to manage implementation, and you can see yours is there. Now, if yours is not here, like I mentioned day before yesterday, just come here and just put blue. Either you put blue or you just put blue sky, and you click on search. You can see only mine comes in, because at times the information here might be like, I'm not guessing, they might be like 100. So when it comes to 100, you won't see the whole 100 in one go. And I don't want to start searching for yours. So just come here and just click on search, and your own will only come up. So because we don't need the others, I'm just going to leave it this way. So I think the next thing is to is to create the enterprise. Remember, I showed you one option to create the enterprise. Because of our time, I don't want to go through that one because we don't need it anyway. So, and sorry, I'm just trying to log in into, sorry, just give me a sec. Okay. Yeah, so for us to create our enterprise, you just click on this plus again. Oh, sorry, not this plus. You click on this link. So you can see it takes you here. And what you just need to do is, I believe it's called, for the second one, it's always called manage. Now, the first one we did last week, I think we just did, I think we type in enterprise, if I'm right. Enterprise, percentage, I think, no, sorry, establish. Establish, percentage, enterprise, percentage. So if I click on search, you can see this is the one I showed to you guys, and I said, you don't need it. So don't worry. And remember, I mentioned that there you always see compensation, management, workforce development, and workforce deployment. What you need to select all the time is anything under workforce deployment. It will always show 3. I still don't know the reason why it's showing 3, but that's a global one anyway. So if it's showing 3, don't worry. Just make sure you select the right one. But because we're not doing established enterprise structure, like I mentioned, this is not really required. So what we need is called manage percentage enterprise. And if you click on search, and you can see manage enterprise HCM information. Again, you get deployment, compensation, and also development. The only thing you need to do is just to click on enterprise HCM. But before we do that, we need to create location, because when you come here, I will tell you the reason why. So I come here and you can see manage enterprise HCM information. Like I mentioned day before yesterday, you just click on this arrow. Always click on go to tax. You click here. And when you come here, so like I mentioned before, it will always default to something. Initially, I used to default to Vision, but it looks like it just default to somebody else here. So normally what you need to do is to come here and click on correct. I think it's correct. Is it correct? Oh, no. Sorry, I think it's update. Sorry, my fault. No, actually, I think it's correct. No, so it's my fault. It should be correct. Come here, click on correct, and you can override whatever is here. So if I start doing this now, you will see that if I come here, I'm going to be stuck because I don't have a location for Blue Sky Citadel. So you need to have your own location. So that's the reason why I always say, always create your own location first before you do the enterprise. So I'm just going to go out. And I'll click on done, even though I haven't done anything. So again, I'll come back here because for location, I can't remember the name, the number page. Everything is actually in the guide, which I sent. And I said, make sure you create location first. What number would that be? I'm not even sure. Is it 40 something? Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure of yeah, enterprise. Okay. Is anybody following the guide so that they can assist me with the numbers? I don't even know what page it is. Okay, I think it's 45. I said, please set up your HR, your headquarters location before you set up your enterprise. So it's page 45. So for you to be able to do your location, just type in, again, majority of the things you're going to be doing will be manage percentage division, manage percentage business unit, manage the percentage legal entity. So this will be always be common. Manage percentage, so you need location. Just type in location in. So location. Then click on this. So you can see manage location. Again, you get the 3. So the only thing you need is actually the deployment. So which is this one. So click on the link. And you will see you can see so many things here. The one you need is the first one, anyway, which is manage location. You can see manage division, manage department, manage this, manage that. All these ones, just some of them we're still gonna look into that anyway. But what you need is manage location. When you get here, there's no link. You only need to say go to tax. We're just creating one address, because location means just the address. That's what you need. And because we haven't got an address, so we can't do a search. Normally, this page is this up here is you're searching for whatever you've created, but because you haven't created anything, so just click on this plus, which is create. So create. Okay, you can see that it automatically defaults to I don't even know what this date is. If you want, you can just put 1951. Okay. It says common sets seeded. So that means it's from Oracle. Leave it that way because it's from Oracle. Like I mentioned before, always use common sets. So that's fine. So that's from Oracle. You can see it says common. Anytime it says this, that means it's direct from Oracle. You can see a lot of people have used different things, location sets, blah, 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 but just use common set for the purpose of this training. So that's that one. Now, this one, you don't need this reason, but I mean, somebody else just created a reason here anyway. We don't need an action reason for the, you're just creating a location. A location is just a location. So it says, what's the name of your location? So here, I'm just going to put Blue Sky Citadel location. But because it's UK, I'll just say UK. Yeah, that's fine. Let me just say UK. And you see, by default, it says active. There's some location you can make it inactive, but at least by default, it says active. Code, we don't really need a code, but let me just say blue underscore sky underscore citadel. Okay, inventory organization, you don't need that. So description, you don't need it. Description, train, okay, just put something there. Training, just training. Okay. Oh God, you can see some people have created a lot of rubbish, so don't worry about it. As long as it's not mandatory. When it's mandatory is where the problem will be. So as long as they don't, if you see an asterisk, that means it's mandatory. So somebody has created, you can see a geolocation that somebody just went in and created their own. Now it says what country? So we need United Kingdom. So click on search here. So you can change this to kingdom or just leave it that way. Search. We need United Kingdom. Click on OK. And you can see immediately it comes with UK address format. So, and if you notice, notice really mandatory here. So I'm just going to put, let me just say 10, Galloway Street. And I can here, I can just put DA1 5HB. Now, normally, if the company, your company is buying the products and it's only going to be for, let's say for UK, actually, even if you operate in various countries, you can ask Oracle to validate the addresses. So that means some addresses, if I try to put the wrong postcode, it's just gonna kick me out and say that's wrong. It's just like some of you, if you give the wrong NI and they try to enter it into the system, it's just okay, this is an incorrect NI because there's a validation somewhere. So most of the time there could be a validation on this system as well. But for this one, even if I put the wrong code, because this is a test environment, I believe it should proceed anyway. So it shouldn't kick me out. So, but in your place of work, there could be a validation if you want to, so you guys don't put the wrong addresses. And also, it also makes you to know that whoever you're hiring into the company, they have a valid address. Nobody's giving you invalid addresses. So if I keep on going, because I'm just doing an address, all these ones, I don't need them. Okay, so I'm fine. All this information, I don't need them. So I can just click on, let me just see, I don't need anything here. Review. So remember, my location is just for easy identification. That's why I say Blue Sky Citadel UK. So then I just click on review. And like I mentioned, submit. So it says warning, but don't worry about it. Just click on yes. Okay, so it says confirmation, so that means it's been saved. So that location is done. So we only have one location because it's UK anyway. Okay. Though I didn't ask Uzo. I'm not sure if Uzo is still around. If you have a specific address, but I think I just pick up something. Is the address okay, or you have a specific address? Is Uzo there? I'm not sure. Okay, I think she's left. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hi, sorry, we've actually got a specific address
Ah,
that was sent to us.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, let me do your own address because I need to make sure I go per requirements. Because when the testers are testing, say, you put in correct address. Sorry, I should have asked you. I just put something there anyway. Okay. So I'm gonna create a new one again. So don't worry. Okay, so again, 1951. So I'm just gonna put one there. Action reason, we don't need that. So and now this is what okay, I'm just gonna put Blue Sky Citadel again. Blue Sky Citadel. I'm gonna do is UK 1. So it doesn't confuse. At least when I see 1, I know it's yours. Okay. So again, I'll just put Blue Sky Citadel, blue underscore sky. That should be fine. So I don't want to mix it with the other one. Okay. Then it's United Kingdom. So I'm just gonna let me see if I can just type United Kingdom here and see if it's gonna change. Yeah, it automatically changed. Yeah. Normally I should have put search, but I just said let me try this, and it gave me UK format. Now, what is your address, sir?
I'm actually at work at the moment. I'm not actually with my notepad. Yes, it seems it was for me that, or was it
Uzo
the
put it
part that gave
in
us the
the
sent
address?
you
chat
to
box. He put it in the
Crayford.
chat.
It's on the chat.
It's on the
Sorry,
chat. Okay, all right.
what did you say?
It's on the chat. Yeah.
It's in the chat box.
It's on the
It's
chat.
yeah, Crayford address she used, I think.
Okay, I've seen it already. That's fine. Copy. And let me put it somewhere. Don't worry. Okay. So I'm just gonna remove this one. Okay. Then the postcode is this one here. Okay, so copy. So I can remove this. Okay, I think it says 193 Crayford Road. Okay, then the postcode is this. Okay, town. I can just put Crayford here. Crayford, okay. That's fine. Yeah, we don't need any information here. So another thing to make it much more easier, I'm just gonna put Crayford so that it will be easy for us to identify it. Okay, so Crayford active. Then I will review and submit. Okay, so it's been set up now. So if we now the next stage is now to create the enterprise. Okay, again, I'm still within the same project. If you finish location and you want to come back tomorrow, you can log out. When you come back in, like I said, you go to manage projects, implementation projects, and implementation projects, click on your own projects, and it will take you to Blue Sky Citadel. So, and when you take it, so anything you're going to be doing will be within this form. So we need enterprise. So I'm just going to type in enterprise. Okay, so sorry, just give me 1 sec.
Tosin has his hands up.
Oh, somebody's got hands up.
Yeah, Tosin.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
thank
please,
you.
you can proceed, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Just want to ask a question regarding the location you created earlier.
Okay.
The first one you created, do we
Yeah.
by chance have the functionality to delete even after creating a
Yeah,
location?
yeah, we can delete it, yes.
So why did you decide to create another one? Because we might end up mixing. Now we have two locations, similar location.
Yeah, we can delete it. I just leave it there. But if you want us to delete, that's fine. So what we can do is to go to location.
Yeah, thank you.
Location again. I'll go to deployment. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Deployment. Then go to tags. Then here, just put blue sky. Search. Okay. So which one? This is yours. So if you, yeah, this is it. Just make it blue. And oh, does it give the edit? So it doesn't give the, it doesn't allow me to delete. Oh, there's no option to delete. Oh, correction, updates. Okay. Okay, what we can do, normally there should be an option here. Okay. Let me go to edit. Correct. So it doesn't confuse you guys. So this one, we can make it anything. New sky. At least you don't need it anyway. So just leave it that way. Yeah. So at least you won't confuse it with blue sky. So you're editing and just click on review again. And submit. Okay. So if you notice here now, so if I put blue, I put blue skies. So let me just do this. You can see only one came up now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So that's fine. You won't see two blue skies Citadel anymore. You only see
Anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you. So that means we can actually still even edit even after we've made a mistake or we have an update of an address.
Just rename. Normally, because this is a very high level implementation, I don't know why they didn't allow delete. I couldn't just say delete here now. So yeah. So but it doesn't matter. Normally, when you create, for example, legal addresses for your legal entity, there's an option to delete. But because this is a very high level, they didn't just put the option there for you to delete. Just rename it to something else and just let it go away.
All right then. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, let me click on done. Again, so I go to enterprise.
Hi. Hello, Pastor Tunde.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna ask this question since, but I just want to confirm, please. Is managing geographies the same as editing location? Because I could see here that under manage geography, based on the guide we have, we can always edit location likewise under it. So is it the same thing? Because that's what follows.
No, geography is different. Geography is more like where your company will be operating. So you need to set up the geographies for, let's say, UK and others kind of countries based on where your company will be operating. The reason why I said on day before yesterday, because we're only doing UK, so we don't need geography would have been on the system anyway. Normally, I will tell you what happened. For geographies, you don't need to set them up manually. In your place of work, it needs to be loaded. And most of the time, geographies are managed by Oracle themselves. They would have put it in the system. Most of the time, you don't need to do it. You only add geographies mainly if there's some countries that they don't use Oracle at all. They're not part of, because one thing you need to understand is Oracle operates in many countries, but they're not partners in some countries. I can't remember there's some countries on top of my head, but I know initially Nigeria was one of them. I'm not sure if Nigeria is even a partner for Oracle, but even though they use Oracle there. So, but they're not really, So there's some companies where Oracle actually operates, like UK, US, all those big countries, but some few African countries or Asian countries, they're not really established, even though some of them are using Oracle there. It doesn't mean they cannot use it. So those kind of countries, you need geography for them to be able to understand what they have, what are their addresses. Then you now need to set geography up for those countries. But most of the countries where Oracle operates, you don't need to set up geography. UK is one of them. So you don't need to do it. And if there's going to be any update, the reason why Oracle will prefer to manage it is because they do a kind of, if there's any changes, for example, I think, where we have the postcode, we have this, we have all those kind of things. So, for example, in the future, we're not going to use postcode in UK anymore. They want to use something else. It's Oracle that will need to update the system. You don't need to go into the system to start changing anything. They will maintain geography for you. I've seen that many times. I mean, I can set up geography, but most of the time I've been told that Oracle will prefer to manage it. So don't worry yourself about it. Yeah, but like I said, because we're operating in only one country, just leave geography.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Just to add to that, it means then that based on the guide we have here, we
Okay.
might have to skip the
Geography.
part that says manage geography, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's what I mentioned on Tuesday, was it Tuesday? I said just keep it. Don't worry
Okay.
about it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we just need to go to implementing the oh my God, we have 12 more minutes. Okay, so workforce deployment. So let me just quickly do this. This wouldn't take time because okay, so like I mentioned, manage enterprise. I just pick up the workforce deployment. So what you just need to do is just to go to tax. Okay, so when you go to tags, what you need to do is just to edit, like I mentioned earlier, go to edit, correct. And if you want your enterprise to start from whatever date, that's fine. You can just click on, actually I can put 1st of January 2021. So January 24, that's fine. I want my enterprise to start from there. Oh, it doesn't exist. Okay. Sorry, I need to remove all this. Okay. Sorry, I just want to make sure it's allowing me to proceed. Yeah, it's allowing me to proceed. Okay. So 1st of January 2024. Then I will just go do Blue Sky Citadel. Oh God, what would be? So what do you have as enterprise? Can you say I'm not even following your requirement anymore? I know it's Blue Sky Citadel, but what's the name of the enterprise? Whoever has got the copy. Nobody's answering. What's the name of the enterprise which you have on your requirement?
Yes, what do you have on your requirements?
Okay, what I'll just do, I'll just put training. I think she also mentioned training.
Also said Blue Sky site Citadel.
She just said Blue Sky Citadel, that's all.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I'll remove training. Okay. Active reason. So here, let's make sure we search our own location. So here, I'm just gonna put Blue Sky.
User, you put she put something in the chat as well, education services, but I don't know what that's for.
Okay.
So she said it's education services.
Okay. So, okay, I'll go back there. And as you can see, I just type in Blue Sky and it gave me the location which we created. So I'm just going to click on OK. So you can see it override whatever is there before. So you say blue skies are the educational. Is it education? Is that correct? Educational services.
It's education services.
Oh, it's education, sorry. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So you can see it's active. Action reason, we don't need action reason. Even if you go to action reason, I'm not sure if there's anything there. Yeah, reorganize. This is Oracle standard. They always put 1. So if I click on search, you'll see a lot of junks. So don't worry yourself about it. And if I keep on going down, now, this is where it gets a little bit funny. Now, if you notice, it says workday information. Now, when you're setting up your enterprise, and you have many legal entities. So that means your legal entity, you operate in various countries. And it doesn't mean in various, most of those legal entity or various countries, some countries might say legislatively, they start 9 to 5, while some countries is 8 to 6, while some countries are 8 to 5, while some countries are 9:30 to 5:30. Everybody have their own different things. So, but standard, this will be, let's say, I'll just put 8 o'clock here. Oh, sorry, 9. Let me put 9 o'clock. I'll just say 9 to 5. Now, when you're setting up your legal entity, it's got something similar like this. Now, whatever you put on the legal entity will override whatever is here. It's not going to change this, but that will be the main one. It will automatically override whatever is here. This one will still stay as 9 to 5, but your legal entity can be 10 to 5, or could be 9:30 to 5:30. That will be that's why they call it legal entity. That's for your country. But this enterprise is not for a specific country. It's just like a hierarchy is right on top. It's for everybody. Now, whatever everybody want to do in different countries, that's entirely up to them. So I'm just going to put 9 to 5 or 8 to, it doesn't matter. And it says standard working hours. For the company, standard working hours is 40 hours. Well, maybe including lunch or after, no, excluding lunch or lunch included, doesn't matter. Let's say 40 hours. For some countries like Saudi Arabia or maybe Dubai, most of them is always 46 hours, 48 hours. They can put it here as well. But for those countries, legal entity will determine when they work, when they start work, and also the standard working hours, not whatever is here. If the company operates in many countries, when they're setting up their enterprise, that will be the top one. So the expectation of that company as an HQ is everybody 9 to 5. Everybody 40 hours. But whatever different countries want to do, that's their business. They will just set it up on the legal entity and they will have to follow that, because whatever they put on that legal entity will be based on the rule for that country. So this is not based on any rule for any country. This is only based on the headquarter. So people can just override it. Now it says 40 hours on a weekly basis. You can see weekly. Now, annual one, because if somebody put 40 hours, so let me try to say, I'm not sure, maybe there's a value. If I put 30, for UK, I think it's 37.5. So let me see if this one will change. Oh, it didn't change. Okay. So I think for this one, we need to, oh, actually, let me do this and see if, just want to see if it's going to change automatically. No, it doesn't change. So for annual working duration, we need to set it up. So what's the annual for the working hours? We need to do it here. But for the purpose of this training, just leave it the way it is for now. If you have the time, you can do your calculation and just put it there. So annual working duration is in hours. So it says, is it in hours or is it in days? So we can just leave it to hours. Yeah, annual working duration. You can just leave it to hours. And this one also say, and remember, when you get to your legal entity, you can override it. Even though this one is saying hours, when you get to legal entity, you can put days there. It's up to you. So, let me see. Now it says worker number generation. For the purpose of this training, if we want, we can put automation. If we want, we can put manual. If you want, we can put not used. So it depends. Just like I mentioned to us the other time, most of the time people always add automation so that, for example, if you put 1,000, then the next when they create a new hire, it will now be 1,001, 1,002. You just keep on going on and on and on. But for automation, so we can just, I mean, to be honest, we can just put global, which is this one. So so that when you put 1,000, so for example, I think we can put 1,000 here. So the next one will just be 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. So that's the way it works. But like we mentioned earlier, if you're doing data migration and people want to retain their former employee number, those ones can easily be transferred. We're only talking, this is only applicable to new hires. So yeah, I've seen many times where some company says, you know what, we want it manual. They just click on manual and that's it. But if they want it automated, they can just click on automation. So which is the first one, global one, yeah. So employment model. This is where you have, you have either single assignments, multiple assignments, also second tier, single assignments, and this one also says single contract. We don't need this last one anyway. The main important one, which a lot of people always use, is single assignment. But you must see some scenarios, for example, in NHS, where people have two jobs. They can be in two positions. In that kind of scenario, you need multiple assignments. For the sake of the purpose of what we're doing, let's just pick up single assignments. Just single assignment, because let's say everybody will have only one assignment and that's all. For example, in my place of work, we just pick up single assignment. Nobody will do two jobs. So, but there's some scenarios like NHS, I'm not sure, maybe like some ministry of whatever, people can have two jobs. So I can use NHS. That's the only one that comes to my mind. For example, I know NHS, they pick up multiple assignments, so people can have three jobs or positions. So, but for the sake of what we're doing, let's just pick up single. So everybody will just only have one. So allow employment to override assignments. This one, always pick up yes. Provided there's an option for yes. So let me see if there's one for yes. Oh, there's no option for yes. Okay, let's just pick up no. Let me try to type it and see if yes will come up. No, it's not. Normally, you should just be a capital, but let's leave it to no. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me just put it to yes. I will try to save and see what it does. If it doesn't work, that's fine. So we just change it. This one as well. It says people group flexible structure. I will show you where this one is. Always pick up people group. So let me make sure it's there. And that's Oracle standard. People will always create their own. So just always pick up, just type in people, search. Can you see this one? But I'll show you where it is when we create an employee. So always pick up people group flex field. If it does, just normally whatever is there, just override it and type in based on what is on the user guide. It will actually assist you. Salary will be on assignment level, so that's fine. Just leave it to assignments. That's the number one. And for this one as well, global person name. We're not using US, so we can just click on pick up UK. Oh my God, it's not.
Godwin has his hands up.
Okay, sorry. Is it difficult for me to see any hand?
That's okay. That's why I'm assisting.
Okay, thank you so much, ma. This one says UK, and somebody put a description of Ukraine, for God's sake. Okay, let me try to see. I want to see you. Let me see if there's anything United. Okay. Let me put US. I don't know why somebody put Ukraine. American English.
Godwin, go ahead, sir.
Okay, so let me just pick up US because I don't trust that UK, Ukraine. Somebody put description of Ukraine. So let me just pick up US. That's still fine. Sorry, if somebody wanted to talk. What's the question, please?
Yes, I have two questions, sir. The
Okay.
first question I have has to do with the standard annual working duration.
Okay.
How is that computed to arrive at that figure? And my second question, under the employment model, one is two-tier multiple contract single assignment. And then there was
Okay.
another one which was just single assignment. Now, you mentioned to choose single assignment several times. So I thought you were going to take the second one. So what's the difference between the two?
The difference, I want to believe the difference is, to be honest, most of the time we pick up the first one because people can be in a single assignment and they can also be in contract. This single assignment will only be applicable to an employee, but this one will be for employee, for internship, for contractors, for anybody. This will allow this will be more flexible. If we now pick up single assignments, this will only be limited to an employee. And that's the reason why I just want us to pick up the single sign-on, but multiple contracts. Of course, we can select multiple assignment as well, but for the purpose of this demo, we don't need that. We don't want everybody to have one position or one job, not multiple jobs. So, but this will allow flexibility because it allows not only an employee, it allows fixed-term contractors, internship, and any kind of whatever, any category that the company have got. So that's why everybody will always pick up this one. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And the second question, sir.
Okay. Oh, the second question, you said the standard working hours.
The standard annual working duration, how is that figure computed? Because
no, somebody would have done this manually. Remember, I'm overriding what somebody has done. So I don't know how they arrive at this. Remember, I did edit and correction. So I'm using what somebody else has done. Most of this information is not from me. So somebody has already done it. So how did they arrive to this? For you to be able to arrive at this, actually, is to multiply this by, I don't know, 52.
52,
then you
yeah.
arrive at this.
So I've done that, and it didn't add up to that, which is why I'm asking the question.
Did you add up the 37.5?
I did 37.5. I did 40. None of the two.
Yeah, I don't know what they are. It's not mine. Like I said.
Right. So is it possible we change it then?
Yeah, we can change it. Yeah.
Okay.
Or you don't. It's not even mandatory. You can just leave it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not mandatory.
Sorry,
Yeah.
can I add to that, please?
Okay.
With what I'm seeing here too, I've checked it out and I realized they use 48 weeks instead of the 52 weeks. And I'm agreeing to it because for every organization, they have their own working hours in a year. So I believe every organization can come up with their own working hours, then generate it manually themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I mentioned before, this is just an enterprise, which is an high level. When you get to legal entity, you can do your own. This is just high level. When you get, you will see this page again, in legal entities. Australia, we have its own. US, we have its own. UK, we have its own. Then you can do whatever you want. This is just a high level. That's why I said, let's remove it. When you now get to legal entity, if it's mandatory, you can add it. Multiply your own by 52 or 40 or whatever. Just put it there. But to be honest, normally this it's not doing anything anyway. It's not really doing anything. So somebody, just for reporting purpose, some people will just add it there so that they can just see what is set up. But it's not really, you can see that it's not mandatory.
Yes.
It's just there. So, okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's fine. Now, this is the one I'm just looking for. I'm looking for UK, but it's giving me Ukraine. And I don't want to pick up, I don't want to start giving me what I'm not supposed. Okay, you know what? Let me take a risk. I'm just going to put this one. I'm just going to put, I don't know why somebody changes. So normally E for Spanish, D for them. I don't know why UK should be here. But UK is there, but it's saying Ukraine. I don't know if somebody changed it. This is the reason why it's not good to use, you can see Ukraine. That's my worry. But I want to believe that's not Ukraine. That's not really Ukraine. Somebody change this. You know what I would do? Ukraine. What's the spelling of Ukraine? Okay. No, I believe it's UK. Somebody
Maybe
change.
UK is
There's no
first
there's
as
no Britain there. There's no Britain
Britain,
there or
yeah.
something else.
England or Britain
Oh,
or
okay.
whatever.
Yeah, okay. Let
Maybe.
me use GB cannot be there. Let me see if GB is there. No, it's not there. Do we say Britain? Normally they always use UK. They will never use UK or Great Britain. They will never use it. It will always UK. I believe that UK is actually UK, but to be on the safe side, I don't want to start setting up an enterprise and putting on the wrong thing. Somebody changed that. You can see US, American English. UK should have been description United Kingdom or something like that, but somebody changed that description. So, and I don't want to select because Ukraine could be probably be Ukraine. I don't know. So let me just pick up US. It doesn't matter because when you get to legal entity level, you can change it. That's because you're still going to see this page. So also person number generation. Sorry, I'm taking a bit of our time. I'm almost done. Once we do this, we just save and that's it. Then we go to the next one when we meet next week. So for this one, it says, do you want it to be manual or do you want it to be automatic prior to submission or automatic upon final save? So normally when you create a new hire, it automatically creates the number. So even before you submit, it will have given you the number anyway. So if you want, you can say automatically prior to submission. Before you submit, give me the number. Or you want it to be once I save, give me the number. So most of the time it's always prior. Then you can save. You can pick up anyone, it doesn't matter. And if you want, you can do manual. I've worked in an environment where they do it manual. So let's pick a submission. So before I submit, so when I create an employee, before I click on submit, give me the number. So that's better. Okay. So, and it says initial number that for the sake of this training, let's just pick up 1001. So then that means when there's a new hire, it will now be 1002, 1003 kind of thing. So I think we're almost done actually. And this one now says person creation duplicate check. So this is where there's so much here actually. Which one should we pick? Last name, first name, date of birth, national ID. You can pick up anything you want. So I'm just going to let it default to whatever is there. So let's pick up first name, sorry, last name, first name, date of birth, and national ID. Let's just leave it this way. So when you go down here, majority of the items here, you don't need them. Yeah, all these ones. Oh, you need this synchronization. I'm not sure if I have to train you guys synchronization. Okay. Okay, let's do synchronization as well. Now, this synchronization means I'll tell you what it does. What it does is when you're creating an employee and the moment you select department, that means when you create the employee, you give them a department, it automatically pick up job, location, if they go ladder. So that means you want to synchronize everything. The moment you pick up number one, it automatically default number two, number three, number four, number five, number six. It just does it for you everything together. So with this, we can say, yeah, this one, job, location. I don't want to pick up grade ladder because we might not create grade. So I'm just going to leave this one. Some of these, even if you don't create grade or whatever, it will still proceed anyway. So, but I don't want to link it up for now. Let me leave grade for because we can still come back and most majority of these things you're gonna see in legal entity anyway. So we can tick all these because they can all be the same. FTE, start and end dates, all these ones you don't need them, so just ignore them. Okay. What else? Majority of this information here, you don't need them, so we can just move on. Yeah, you don't need them. So after everything we've done, what we just need to do is just to click on review. I hope it doesn't error. Aha. And you see, it doesn't like what I did. I knew it's going to error on this one. So let me leave it back to no. Yeah. So let me click on review. Oh, you either enter standard standard annual units. Okay, so it's referring me back to standard working hours. Let me leave this to 40. Or we leave it blank. So let me see what it's saying now. Oh, if you enter the working hours and frequency, you must enter. Okay, you know what I would do? Because we're going to see this in the legal entity, because it's telling me I need to put all this. Oh, frequency, sorry. This is what it's saying, frequency, my fault. So 40 hours weekly. So let me try to review again. Hopefully it doesn't error. Oh, it's still error now, or both. I think it's mentioned this annual working hours, duration. Oh, you know what? Let me put it back to that number. I think it's 1920, something like this, if I'm right.
1,920, and it has a decimal.
Is it like this? Something like this?
1,920, then decimal in two places, I remember.
Okay. Let me try this. If it doesn't work, I think that's the reason why it's erroring out. Ah, it doesn't
Well,
like it.
the calculation, you have reduced the time to 47.5. Okay, 40.
Yeah, I put it to 40, which was there before, but I'm not sure, maybe.
Then the decimal,
It
probably
was
in two decimal.
1,920.
Then in decimal, I think it's two decimal places.
2.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's try this. So review. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. That's the issue. So basically, it looks like he wants us to put the annual duration, even though it's not mandatory, but it's making it mandatory. Okay, then click on submit. Okay, it's submitted, so which is fine. Can you see how long it's taking just to do? Oh, you can't select override. Oh, synchronization. Okay, it doesn't like synchronization again. So let me go back. That's why I don't always like to tick synchronization. So let me see. Okay, let me remove that one. Let me just remove all this. We don't need to synchronize them. I think this should be fine. Oh, aligned override. Okay, let me do this. Then again, review. Then submit. It's just a warning. Oh, you can't select override as another synchronization. You know what? Don't let us synchronize. I know synchronization is a very, very hard one. Very, very hard one. So, but we can synchronize when we get to legal entity. So let me just remove every synchronizations. So remove and remove and remove. And let me just go there. Again, review and submit. You better don't error out. You must enter dates without gaps and dates must not overlap. Okay. Okay, let's say no. Go back. I think it's referring to this date. Okay. Let me pick up a recent date. We're in February. So let me pick up 7th. Oh, organization does not exist. Look at everything. I knew all this thing. Okay. 1st of January /1/24. But why would it not accept this date? Organizing class doesn't exist. Submit. You must enter dates without gaps, and the dates must not overlap without gaps.
Is it because the organization was created today?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me just I just selected, instead of me typing it, I just selected it. Uh-oh. It just kicked me out. Please don't kick me out. Oh. Everything I've been doing will just just disappeared. Oh God. Okay. They just disappeared, everything. It didn't allow me to save it. Oh God. Okay. At least we get the gist anyway. Don't worry. If I've got time today, I'll try to do it and I will identify what that date means. It's stopping me because of that date. So I will try to do it and I'll let everybody know. Because so that
Sorry,
you
sir.
Hmm?
Is this the way it will be kicking us out if we are doing
Ah,
it on real time?
no,
Just just to prepare
it
for
won't
it.
kick me out.
Sorry.
No, you can see how long we've been spent, and it just kicked me out. Oh God, can you see? That's
Yeah, that's why
implementation
I'm
for you.
afraid. So that we will be prepared for kicking.
For kicking out, yes.
Not kicking out. That we avoid it.
Yeah, don't worry. It won't kick you out. I don't know what's wrong with that date. So normally enterprise takes time. I don't know why. It takes time. So yeah, but don't worry about it. So it could be there's a date format that it doesn't like. That's why he's doing that. So it could be maybe it's looking at American dates or whatever. So, and if you notice, the reason why I wanted my enterprise to be 1st of January 2024 is because my project is also the same date, but it's not accepting it. So, but don't worry, I will do it again and I will let everybody know. But no, I will.
Sir, could
Sorry,
it
what's
be
the question?
because we chose UK, US in the other section instead of UK?
Sorry, what do you say, sir?
Could it be because we chose US instead of UK where we were having Ukraine?
I don't even know. I don't know what.
Okay.
No, I would have normally I would never have picked up US. I would have picked up UK.
Yes.
But I am
Sure.
seeing that Ukraine and something is telling me somebody has done something stupid. So that just to be on the safe side, let me pick up US. But like I said, this system we always do that. You see a lot of funny things, but don't worry, make sure you stick to what we're doing. But give me some time. In the next 10 minutes, I will get it. I'm gonna redo all this all over again. And once I get it, I will let you guys know the dates I pick up. I don't know why it's picking up that date. It's error enough for that date, but I will do it. So I don't want to take your time. I've taken 18 minutes of your time. So don't worry about it. I will do it and I will get back to you guys. So we're meeting on Tuesday. So yeah, on Tuesday, you would have seen it. But please, whatever we've done today, go into the system, do yours as well. Create a project and also try to move around with the enterprise as well. That's the best way to learn. So to just makes you to understand what we're doing rather than just looking at only the Blue Sky Citadel. Create your own XYZ project, XYZ enterprise. Then the next time we meet, we're going to create divisions. Of course, by then I would have finished this enterprise. I need to sort it out tonight. I don't know why it errors out. So I'm going to pick it up tonight and do it. So, and I will message everybody on the Telegram that, yeah, it's done. So please try and do some few exercise on your side as well. Okay. I know I've taken 90 minutes of your time. Does anybody have any question before we round up? I'm not looking at the chat. I hope there's no question.
Like there are no questions.
There's no
We
question.
just
Okay.
wanted to thank you,
Thank you.
for attending this session today and
Thank you,
giving
ma'am.
us this extra time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And see you on, well, not see you, hear from you on Tuesday.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Have a
Okay.
nice
Thank
evening.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.